Oh, that's my brother, Ryle.
The first official customer?
Well, you'd have to buy something to be considered a customer. Right now, you're just loitering.
More as a filmmaker, for me, it was my top priority. This is my first adaptation, so a lot of people don't know this. When I made 5 Feet Apart, I actually, we had written the script, and I had the idea to turn it into a book before the movie came out. So a lot of people think that it was a book to screen, but 5 Feet Apart was actually a screen to book, because it was an original idea based on a friend of mine. So this was my first adaptation, let alone an adaptation that was as beloved as this one was. You know, this, I think by the time that I had optioned it, it probably sold close to 1 million copies. This was 2019, so pre-pandemic, Colleen Hoover as, the queen of book talk and what she's become. But what I did know is that the fans of the book in 2019, when I optioned it, were passionate, and this book meant something to them. And there were so many real-life Lily Blooms who had read this book and changed their situation. And that's what I wanted to protect. And I wanted to honor those fans and the people that have experienced what Lily experiences in this movie, and really stay as close as I possibly could to the source material. Now, of course, every time you're adapting a book to screen, you have to change things, because you don't have 400 pages of real estate. But the things that we changed, we tried to do very intentionally, and we tried to keep the emotional journey and through line as almost as identical as possible. Some situations changed, some names changed, but for the most part, we were focused on Lily's journey and her perspective, and keeping that as identical as we possibly could. I haven't. I have no idea what that story would be, and I'm somebody who's just doing my best to stay in the present and stay in the here and in the now and not think too far ahead. So I'm just kind of doing my best to take this all in, because this has been 5 years to even get us here. So I can't even fathom another story yet. But I'm so happy that fans love it and that she did it. I think the most challenging aspect of playing Ryle was finding a way to make him human. Because I had to take myself out of it, because I think I had so much anger and judgment towards what he does. And he does things that are simply unforgivable, and that will never be okay in any situation. And he creates real harm. And yet I had to go in and understand why. And it was really important to me to find a way to make him a fully developed 3D, person who had hopes and dreams and feelings and insecurities. And I didn't want to play his anger so much. I wanted to play his pain and his insecurity. And also, it was really important for me to make sure that the audience understood why Lily was with him. So as a filmmaker, whoever was going to be playing Ryle, it was really important that we like him and we understand why she's with him, because that protects Lily's character throughout the movie. So I think that was the biggest challenge, is just making sure that I played him in a way that people could understand why she loved him and why the choice was so hard.